on a gimbal. It's so smooth. Look. I hate Australia, man. Jesus, big spider. Oh, that thing is disgusting. Before we start today's video, I'm gonna warn you all, it's gonna be all over the place. I know I talked about continuity, but in some cases that's just not possible. We've got a lot to do over the next couple of days. And that includes fixing the MR2. This thing's been sitting here for a couple of days, so I thought I'd hammer it out. It's 10:30 at night time, so yeah. So what's been happening is I've been having that weird throttle problem. Probably replace parts from each throttle body and see if that makes a difference or anything. Probably put the rest of this back together and then tell you if I found an issue or not. I can't really know if I've fixed a problem until I drive this thing for the first time. So I'm gonna try to do what I think is wrong and then come to you and see if that fixed the issue. Alright, so quick update on what we've worked out so far. And for you it was only probably a couple of seconds or so, but it was about 25-30 minutes in my time. Sort of figured it out, and the issue that we came to was that it was catching on the inside. So the plate that was made up for this thing just was a little bit off in the machining of it, or I'm not too sure, but it's not that bad. All I did was just give it a little sand. Didn't take too long. I sort of enjoyed being able to like sort of figure it out. But the way that I sort of figured it out is that I'd lightly push on this and it would sort of catch in the start position. And you could also see some little marks on the inside as well, showing that the throttle body plate was sort of just rubbing on the wall a bit. But other than that, not really a big issue. We're just going to chuck this back in the car now. We need to prepare the surface over here. Just gotta clean up the rest of the surface and apply more silicone as well. I've learnt my lesson on applying too much silicone. When you press it down really hard, little bits of silicone come up to where they join and could go in your engine. So what I'm gonna do to prevent that is put a really light bead of silicone, and hopefully that prevents any silicone from getting in there. All right, so time is currently 11:30, so not too bad for an hour's worth of work. But we have the throttle body mounted on now. Everything's ready to go. So all we really need to do now is plug this pipe back on along with the pod filter as well, and we should be good to go. So pretty exciting stuff. We'll finally have the MR2 back on the road. It wasn't even that long. It was only a couple of days. So, all right, so it's the next day. I spent pretty much until 1 o'clock last night fixing the rest of the car. I got everything back together now, so have a suss. Everything's looking good. Got everything all connected there. Throttle body on, throttle, pedal, plate, thingo, majigo. Yep, it's all on. Oh, wow, are you serious? It just started raining. Oh my God. Looks like we're taking the MR2 for a spin in the rain. Dude, it is summer right now. It is summer. It's like the 7th day of summer. And it's pissing down raining like 17 degrees Celsius. What is going on? I'm gonna move the chaser over so I can get the MR2 out, and then we'll start seeing if we have any issues. But I'm pretty confident we've fixed it. We'll see what happens. Look at that chaser. I also forgot we need to bleed the coolant because there's lines going to the throttle body, and when you open them, you get air exposed into the coolant system. So, we need to bleed the system, so let's see if it even starts. Woo, first try, come on, baby. Oh, that is rough. So coolant is all bled. The car's now running really well. Just up to idling speed, and it is pretty much up to temperature as well. I'm gonna roll it out, let it warm up a little bit more, strap the camera in the car, and then we'll see if it does the same thing. So, fingers crossed that we fix the issue. All right, it's gonna be super wobbly, I'm sorry about that, because I've only got my singular suction cup. The car's warm now. Oh, okay, it seems a lot better. I think we fixed it, I think. It's still a little bit apparent. And I think that's just because I haven't sanded the plate hard enough. Maybe I should... Oh, okay, it's still pretty bad. I think I know what we need to do. But I also need to set the TPS as well. All right, so it's now another day and a different camera. So classic classic Rex, just switching it all up. So we now have the Chaser in the garage because it's pre-stolen, and you're probably like, what does that mean? Pre-stolen, what is he on about? You see, my friends and I act as if 90s Jap cars you buy are pretty much stolen when you buy them, and the reason why we do that is because they get stolen all the time. So around my area, or around Melbourne and stuff, all the 90s Jap cars have the risk of getting stolen because everyone wants one. So we sort of joke about how they're pre-stolen, and we act as if they're already stolen, so that if they do get stolen, we're not too upset about it. But of course, that would honestly be the end of but yeah, it's just part of the thing about owning one of these cars, and that's why I keep it in the garage. Anyway, I want to talk about the MR2 and what we did to it. So we fixed the throttle body sticking physically, and it pretty much sort of fixed up most of the issues. So when you drive around normally, it doesn't catch or do anything funky. However, when the car gets warm, it's a little bit different. It's still sort of making like a weird, you know, nothing and something. So I think that we need to adjust the TPS, and it was a combination of both the plate catching and not adjusting the TPS. Now, I should have done that while the throttle body was out of the car. The throttle body was literally sitting on the bench over here, and I should have just done the stuff. So what you got to do is you got to test the resistance between some of the actual wires themselves. So you need to play around. There's a whole thing in the manual describing exactly how to do that. Daniel Hertz sent me over the instructions on how to do that, but I didn't do that. I completely forgot that I should have done that while the throttle body was out of the car. So we're gonna have to attack that later down the line. But as for now, the MR2 is definitely better than what it was before. And the reason why I wanted to get it done sort of quickly is because we have a couple of videos planned. We're gonna let a couple people drive this car, and I want it to be working really good so they can drive this car. Alright, so we've now taken the thumbnail of the video. I want to talk about the MR2 and the future of it, and where we sort of plan to go with it on the channel. I know a lot of people are sort of questioning what's going on with the thing. I've been asking for a lot of opinions from you guys, whether, you know, you like this car, you like the MR2, you like the Camry. Little sneak peek. I'm not going to say anything, but you're probably like, what's going on? Because, Now, if you're a keen viewer, you'll understand what the hell's going on there. Let's just get it out of the way. I don't want to get rid of this car at all. I love the MR2. Not many people can say that they have a car that has the engine in the back of it. That's one of the biggest things for me. I think that is awesome, you know. It's like one of two mid-engine sports cars from the 90s with a mid-engine setup, so it's pretty cool. All right, so let's talk. The plan with the MR2 is to take it all the way to Brisbane. All right, we're gonna go from Melbourne to Canberra to Sydney to Brisbane. So we're going on a massive road trip with a couple of friends from the channel, so I'm sure that you know many of the people there. Lachlan, Andrew, Nathan, some of the boys, we're all going down, taking a convoy of cars, traveling on the east side of Australia, heading all the way up. So if you guys want to meet me and a couple of the guys on the channel, then get excited, because we're going to be hosting meets in pretty much every city along the way there, and doing a bunch of fun little stuff with you guys. So now, I don't exactly know if we're going to be doing this before or after, but we have some bushings for the MR2. So we have some polyurethane bushings for the MR2, which we're going to put on, as well as the Wilhelm suspension geometry kit that I've been, you know, saving away for ages. It's been sitting in the cupboard for a while. Here are some of the components of it. Doesn't really show you too much, but Wilhelm suspension kit will be going on as well. After we do the massive road trip around Australia, we're going to start tracking the MR2. So I think the MR2 is going to be a great car for me to learn in, considering it is a difficult car to drive and you need to treat it with a lot of respect. So it sort of keeps you on your toes and makes you think about how you drive, makes you respect the car really well when you are cornering it, because you do have to be very careful in these things. Although a lot of people exaggerate and say that, you know, snap oversteer and stuff, but I've never personally experienced it. So yeah, we have the suspension kit along with some other stuff, which I will unbox later, to go on the MR2, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited to take this thing across the country. I'm super excited to get this thing set up really well. You know, it is currently sitting here in the kind of chilling. I need to give it a wash and everything, but Melbourne says it's summer, but it keeps raining. Look at that. It's like, now I don't know if that's going this way or that way. If it goes this way, it's probably just gonna rain over me. So I'm probably gonna be bringing a bunch of merch on the way up to the trip. So if you guys wanna support the build, support the channel, support, you know, the cause, support us going all the way up to Brisbane, then check out the website down below, bankyspec.com. There you can purchase, you know, some of our stickers that we make. Good meme, just a good meme. We've got t-shirts, hoodies, and everything coming on the website very soon, which you'll see in the future videos. But yeah, super excited. Oi, Drake! Oi! Alright, I know it's a little bit of a short one, but we're going to end today's video there. We have some massive stuff planned for the next video, so please watch the next video. It's going to be crazy. We've had a lot of issues with Lachlan's MR2, and tomorrow's video will pretty much fix the issues. It'll change everything. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Catch you later.